speech is Through the Window. Please help me welcome Brad Jones.
Fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Good evening, and welcome back, I must say. I would like to introduce myself to you this evening, and it's a great pleasure of doing that. My name is Bradley Michael Toews, T-O-E-W-S. Yeah, that again is T-O-E-W-S. It's a hard one to remember, and Peter will be asking a question about it afterwards, so you might want to keep that in mind. Now, how many of you have friends, family, or close relations that have young children? Yeah? Have you ever noticed that these people talk a lot about their children? Well, good news and bad news. I have young children. And I talk a lot about my children. Now, most of the speech is going to be about children, actually. And why am I going to do this? Well, that's simple. The doors are now locked. And the only way out of here is through that window. So, I love my family, and they give me so much. They give me love. They give me motivation. And most of all, they give me laughter. In fact, the other night, I was putting my daughter to sleep. She's 2.5, and I tend to stay in the bedroom while she falls asleep. So I finished the book, turned off the light, lay down beside her. And she wanted to get a reaction from me. Now, usually it's, I'm going to pick my nose and, oh, McKenna, get your hand out of your nose. But I'm not going to play this game this time. So she starts to pick her nose. And she decides, oh, he's not reacting. I'm going to give him play-by-play. I pick my nose. Oh, yeah? I say. Yeah. I eat it. Oh, really? Calm as a cucumber. Yeah. I eat them all. I almost lost it there. Oh, she almost got the reaction she was looking for. I turned to the side and gave a little hee. And so, when I turned back to look at her, she was looking me straight in the face. She said, "Is that funny?" I lost it. It was it. The room was full of laughter. She got her response. So, those are one of the moments that I just love, and they're one of the moments that define us all. And I love my family. And hey. Okay, did you guys see this? This whole side of the room looked out that window. You know what? I suggest you guys don't run out the window and hit it because, well, the last guy who tried to escape one of my talks about my children, he really hurt himself bad through that window because it's double paned and really thick. I should know, I'm an architectural technologist, so I specify this sort of stuff. So if you want to get out of here, use a brick or a chair or someone from this side first. Be kind to yourself. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, my family's lovely. So, my daughter, when I enter the room, after coming home from work, runs at me and grabs my legs and says, "I love you, Daddy. I miss you." All right. Well, then my wife walks up to me, gives me a kiss on the cheek, holding my 4.5-month-old son. And she goes, "How was your day, honey? Oh, and by the way, here's Kai. He pooed." Oh, goody. Daddy's job never done. So I lay him down and I'm changing him. I won't go into all the gory details. But he's just cooing at me and giggling and having so much fun. I can't help but just be into it. And then I lean over and give him like a little goo-goo face and he pees down the front of me. Again. So, the thing is, he's just laying there, giggling away, happy to be peeing on Daddy. I mean, what else can you do? Speaking of being a dad, before I became a dad, I had to do something special. Of course, you all know what I mean. I had to do something special, right? Yeah, I had to find my wife. That's right. Find the person that I wanted to be married to and have children with. So, I found her online, amazingly enough. One of those success stories you rarely hear about. So I emailed her, and she emailed back, and we started talking, and we started to go out. 3 months later, she moved in with me. That's right. And 3 months after that, she asked me the question. So, when are you going to ask me to marry you? And I, unplussed by this, by the way, said, I was thinking around the year mark, I would probably ask you to marry me. And then, around the 2-year mark, we'd probably get married. And she looks at me like this. Serious? You mean I have to wait 6 more months to get a ring on my finger? And then I have to wait another year after that? That's 1.5 years. I have to wait until I actually get married? No, time's a ticking. So, when our year anniversary came up, I looked my wife, I looked my then girlfriend in the eyes. I said, happy anniversary. And we turned and heard those faithful words, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. That's right, we were married on our first anniversary. Now, some people think that's going pretty fast. Well, 1 year and 1 month later, our daughter was born. 2 years and 1 month after that, our son was born. So, when people say to me, wow, you guys took it pretty fast, I look at them and say, no, we're just patient. So, what have you learned from all of this? Well, you learned about me, my family, how we started to be, and some of those little moments that define our lives. And when you have one of those moments, I suggest just hold on to it just a little longer so you can realize what you're really holding on to. But most of all, if you have small children, you want to talk about them in front of a large audience, tell them their doors are locked and the only way out is through a thick window. Mr. Toastmaster,